Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English Power Podcast. In today's episode, I will share ideas from a very famous book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. This book is about how to live better, it is about how to think better, and how to work better. But in this episode, I will also connect these ideas to English learning. So you will learn two things at the same time. You will learn new life ideas, and you will also improve your English. You will learn new words, new sentences. I will speak slowly and clearly. I will use easy words and simple sentences. You don't need to worry if you don't understand everything the first time. I will explain difficult words and you can listen again, and each time you will understand more. So, we will talk about 7 habits that can help you become more confident, more focused, and more successful, not only in English, but in everything you do. Let's begin. Habit number 1, be proactive. So, the first habit is to be proactive. This is a very important idea. To be proactive means that you choose what to do instead of waiting for things to happen. When you are proactive, you don't just react to life. You don't wait for someone to tell you what to do. You don't say, I can't learn English because I'm busy, or I can't speak because I don't have a partner. Being proactive means you ask yourself, what can I do now with what I have? The word proactive comes from pro. Pro means forward and active. Active means doing something. So being proactive means moving forward by taking action, not just waiting. Now let's imagine a simple situation. It's Sunday morning. You have a warm cup of tea and 10 free minutes. You have two choices. You can scroll on your phone and look at random things, or you can open your voice recorder and speak in English for 1 minute. A proactive learner chooses the second option. You don't wait for the perfect plan, you don't wait for confidence, you just start. You see, many people wait for the right time. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel confident. But confidence doesn't come before action, it comes after action. Right. When you do small things every day, your brain begins to trust you. You start to feel strong. You start to see progress. Now, let me tell you a story. Isabel was one of my students. She always said, I can't speak English because nobody wants to talk with me. One day, she decided to change. She told herself, I will stop waiting. I will be proactive. She started recording her voice every morning for 1 minute. She spoke about her breakfast, about her day, about her plans, even her dreams. After 1 week, she noticed that her sentences were smoother, her pronunciation sounded more natural. After 1 month, she joined an online English group. She shared one of her recordings there. People listened, they replied with kind messages. Some of them said, Your accent is beautiful, you speak clearly. So Isabel felt happy, she felt proud, she felt in control because she took action, not because she waited. That is what it means to be proactive. When you act first, new opportunities come to you. When you wait, nothing changes. So being proactive is the foundation of all other habits. Foundation means the strong base. When you are proactive, you take responsibility for your own learning. You stop blaming the weather, you stop blaming the teacher, your country, your job, or your family. You say, it's my English, it's my effort, and it's my result. You take charge of your own progress. You know that learning English is not something that happens to you, it is something you make happen. So ask yourself right now, what small action can I take today? It doesn't have to be big. Maybe listen to this podcast one more time. Maybe write a short paragraph about what you learned. Maybe describe your day in English while you walk. These small steps may look simple, but they build big results. Every day you do something small, you move forward a little more. After 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, you will look back and see how far you have come. So being proactive means becoming the captain of your learning ship. Imagine your English journey as a ship in the sea. Sometimes the sea is calm, sometimes it is stormy. The wind may blow, the waves may move, but the direction, the steering wheel is in your hands. You can't control the wind, but you can control your sails. You can't control everything in life, but you can always control your reaction and your next step. That is the real power of being proactive. It is the power to begin even when the situation is not perfect. It is the power to do something even when you feel tired or afraid. And it is the power that turns a dream into progress, one small action at a time. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Use the moment you have and make it perfect. Habit number 2. The second habit is begin with the end in mind. This habit is about knowing where you are going before you start walking. It means having a clear picture of what you want, a picture in your mind before you begin your work or your learning. Let's make it simple. When you plan a trip, you don't just start driving with no idea of the destination. You decide where you want to go first. Then you choose the road, you choose the train, you choose the flight that will take you there. Learning English is exactly the same. You must know your direction, where you want to go. The word end here means the final result, the thing you want to reach, the thing you want to achieve. So start your journey while thinking about your destination. Many people start studying English without thinking about the end. They just say, I want to learn English. But that sentence is too broad. Broad means general. It's like saying, I want to go somewhere. You can't go somewhere if you don't know where. So stop and ask yourself, why do I want to learn English? What exactly do I want to do with it? Maybe you want to talk easily with tourists when you travel. Maybe you want to pass an exam like IELTS or TOEFL. Maybe you want to work in another country or join an international company. Each dream needs a different road. Okay, let me say that again. Each dream needs a different road. If you know your dream, you can choose the right tools and focus your time. When your purpose is clear, your mind becomes calm. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. Right. For example, if your dream is to speak, you don't need to read for 5 hours a day. You need to listen and speak more. You can record yourself, you can join a speaking club, or you can talk to yourself. If your dream is to write better, you can read short articles and copy useful phrases. You can also use this idea in your daily study. Before you start a lesson, ask yourself, what is my end today? What is my goal today? What is my purpose today? Maybe your end is to learn 10 new words. Maybe it's to understand one podcast episode. Maybe it is to speak for 3 minutes about your weekend. When you finish, you can check if you reached your end. That gives you a sense of success and progress. It makes you feel happy and proud. There is another reason why this habit is so powerful. When you imagine your end clearly, you feel more motivated. Motivation means the energy or reason that pushes you to act, so your brain likes to see pictures. When you imagine yourself speaking English easily, you feel excitement, you feel hope. That feeling gives you power to start and to continue. So close your eyes for a moment. Imagine it's 6 months from now. You are sitting in a cafe, you are talking in English, the other person smiles, you smile too, you understand them, you answer naturally, you don't translate in your head, you feel free. This picture is your end in mind, so keep it inside you. Stephen Covey says all things are created twice, first in the mind, then in reality. This means everything we do starts first as a picture in our thoughts. You imagine it and then you make it real with action. You can make your own English vision. A vision means a clear idea or picture of your future. Write 3 sentences that start with I can. For example, I can talk about my job in English for 5 minutes. I can understand 80% of my favorite podcast. I can write one paragraph about my daily life easily. When you write your vision, you create your map. Then make a small plan. If your end is to talk for 5 minutes, you can plan like this. First month, speak for 1 minute every day. Second month, record short talks twice a week. Third month, speak with a friend or teacher once a week. At the end, speak freely for 5 minutes. This is what begin with the end in mind looks like. It's not about dreaming only, it is about planning clearly. When your direction is clear, your practice becomes smarter. You choose what to focus on, you save time, you move forward faster. So today, think deeply. What do you really want from English? Write it down, see it, feel it, and every day walk one small step toward it. When you begin with the end in mind, you are not just studying, you are building your dream step by step. Your journey becomes full of meaning. You no longer feel lost or confused because you know exactly where you are going. And when you reach your end, when you finally speak, write, or understand the way you dreamed, you will know that it didn't happen by luck. It happened because you began with the end in mind. Habit number 3, put first things first. In English, we have a common phrase. We say, first things first. It means to do the most important thing before you do anything else. For example, if you wake up and feel hungry, you might say, first things first, let's eat breakfast. You handle what matters most before other things. So the third habit in this book is also called put first things first. It means exactly that, to focus on what truly matters, to do the important things first. Many learners feel busy but not productive. They spend time on many small things, yet they don't really move forward. This happens because they don't know what is important and what is just urgent. Let's understand the difference. Something urgent means it feels immediate, like a message notification or a phone call. It makes noise, it asks for your attention, and it wants you now. But not everything urgent is important. Something important means it helps you reach your goal, it builds your future, it gives you real progress. Something important means it helps you reach your goal, it builds your future, it gives you real progress. For example, checking social media feels urgent. Your phone lights up, your brain wants to see, but listening to an English podcast for 10 minutes, that's important. It builds your skill even if no one reminds you. So, putting first things first means you choose the important task before the easy or noisy one. Let's make it simple. Imagine you have a jar. You have big stones, small stones, and sand. If you put the sand first, there is no space for the big stones. But if you put the big stones first, the small stones and sand will still fit around them. Your time works the same way. The big stones are the important things like your health, your family, or your English learning. The sand is the small, noisy stuff. Endless scrolling, random videos, checking messages every 2 minutes. These are the small, noisy stuff. So each day ask yourself, what are my big stones today? For English learners, big stones might be things like these: listening to English for 15 minutes with full focus, speaking to yourself or a friend for 5 minutes, reviewing yesterday's vocabulary. These are the things that actually make your English grow. When you put first things first, you make time for what matters. You don't wait for free time to appear, you make time for what matters. Stephen Covey says that the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. Let me say that again. The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. What does that mean? This means don't wait to see if you have time. Make time for what's important. So how can you do this in daily life? Well, you can make a very simple plan. Each morning, take 1 minute and ask yourself, what one thing, if I do it today, will make my English better? It can be small, maybe repeating one dialogue aloud, maybe writing 5 sentences using new words. Then do that thing first. Okay? Before messages, before social media, before TV. If you finish early, you can add more, but your first thing must be done first. It helps to use a timer too. When you start studying, set a timer for 15 or 20 minutes. During that time, don't check your phone. Your time of focus is much more powerful than 1 hour of distracted study. And don't worry if you miss a day, everyone does. Just don't miss 2 days in a row. That simple rule keeps your momentum alive. Momentum means your flow and energy. So putting first things first also means protecting your mental energy. You don't need to say yes to everything. You can say not now, or I will do it later. When you say no to small, unimportant things, you say yes to your dreams. Sometimes people around you may not understand. They might say you study too much. But remember, you are building something important. You are building your future self. The one who speaks confidently, who understands easily, who can work or travel anywhere. That is worth protecting. Let's imagine one more scene. It's evening. You feel tired, you think I'll rest. But then you remember this habit. You open your notes and read one paragraph in English. You say a few sentences aloud. You close your eyes and repeat one phrase. It takes 5 minutes. You smile because you did it. You put the first thing first, and even a small action like that keeps your progress alive. That keeps your momentum alive. So to put first things first is not about perfection. It is about choosing direction. Every time you choose to do the important thing first, you become stronger. You train your mind to focus. You build discipline. And discipline means doing what you planned even when you don't feel like it. When you live this way, you stop being busy and start being effective. Your time becomes meaningful. Your results become visible. Visible means easy to see, and your English slowly but surely becomes part of your daily life. Not just a dream, but a real habit. Habit number 4. The fourth habit is think win-win. In English, this phrase means to look for a situation where both sides win, where both people get something good. Win-win means nobody loses, everyone benefits. Sometimes in life, people think in a different way. They think win-lose. This means if I win, you must lose. But that kind of thinking creates stress, fear, and competition. It makes people compare themselves all the time. They think, I must be better than others. But in learning, and especially in learning English, it's not about being better than others, it's about being better than yesterday. So, what does think win-win mean for English learners? It means we learn together, we help each other, and we all grow. When I help you, I also learn. When you share your ideas, both of us improve. Alright, now let's understand one more important idea. Thinking win-win does not mean you always agree with everyone. It doesn't mean you let others take advantage of you or that you never say no. It means you look for balance. You want both people to be happy and respect it. You speak your truth kindly, you say what you need, but you also listen to what others need. For example, if your study partner always wants to talk about the same topic and you want to try something new, you can say politely, well, I enjoy talking about this, but next time can we try another topic too? I want to practice new words. That way, both of you get what you want. That's real win-win. This way of thinking also helps your emotional health. When you think win-win, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop feeling jealous when another learner speaks better or faster. Instead, you feel happy for them because their success shows that progress is possible. You think if they can do it, I can too. Win-win thinking builds cooperation. That means working together for a common purpose. It also builds trust, which means people feel safe and respected when they talk with you. And when people feel safe, they speak more openly, which means everyone learns faster. Stephen Covey said that win-win is not a technique, it is a philosophy. A philosophy means a way of thinking or a way of living. So this habit is not about pretending to be nice, it's about truly believing that everyone can succeed together. In English learning, success is not limited. If your friend becomes fluent, that doesn't make you less fluent. If someone speaks beautifully, that doesn't stop you from speaking beautifully too. There is enough success for everyone. So remember, think win-win means help others and you will also help yourself. Smile when you speak, share your tips, ask questions, say thank you, listen carefully. Because when you make others feel good, your English and your heart both grow together. When you learn in this way, you will never feel alone on your English journey. You will feel connected, supported, and full of positive energy. And that is what makes learning not just effective, but deeply enjoyable. Habit number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. This is one of the most beautiful and powerful ideas in this book. It means that before you speak, you should listen. Before you try to explain your ideas, You should try to understand the ideas of others. Let's look at the key words. The word seek means to look for something carefully, like when you look for information, answers, or understanding. So seek first to understand means your first goal is not to speak, but to listen, to pay attention, and to see the world through another person's eyes. Many people do the opposite. They want to be heard. They want to give their opinion. They listen only to reply, not to understand. But when we do that, we miss the chance to connect deeply. Good communication begins with understanding. When people feel understood, they relax, they feel their hearts. They start listening to you too. It's like magic. When you give understanding, you receive understanding in return. Habit number 6, synergize. This word might sound difficult, but don't worry, let's understand it step by step. The word synergy means the power that comes when people work together. When two or more people combine their energy, ideas, and skills, the result becomes bigger and better than what each one could do alone. So to synergize means to work together to create something greater. You can think of it like this. 1 neg 1 equals 2 in math, but in teamwork, 1 neg 1 can sometimes equal 3, 4, or even more. That extra power comes from synergy. Let's make it very simple. Imagine two people trying to push a car. If one person pushes alone, it's hard. If both push together, the car moves faster. That's synergy. When people join forces, work together, they can do amazing things. Now, how can we use this idea in English learning? Many learners try to study completely alone. They read books, they watch videos, they listen to podcasts all by themselves. That's good, but it's not enough. Language is about connection. It's about communication. To grow faster, you need other people. When you work with others, you create synergy. You hear new accents, new opinions, new styles. You correct each other's mistakes. You learn from different experiences, and sometimes you discover better methods together. Now, let's imagine a small study group of 4 people. One person is good at vocabulary, one is good at grammar, one is good at pronunciation, and one is good at storytelling. If each person studies alone, they improve only in their own area. But if they study together, each person can teach the others what they know. The vocabulary expert shares useful words. The grammar expert explains how to use them correctly. The pronunciation expert helps with clear speaking. The storyteller makes it fun and creative. Together, they all become stronger, they become faster. That is the magic of synergy. When you synergize, you also learn teamwork, another powerful skill for life. You learn to listen. You learn to cooperate and to respect different opinions. To cooperate means to work together with a shared purpose. In teamwork, not everyone is the same. And that's good. Differences make the group stronger. For example, if one person is shy but a good listener and another person is talkative and confident, they can balance each other. The shy person helps keep the group calm, and the talkative one keeps the energy high. The balance is synergy. Sometimes learners think, I prefer studying alone because people slow me down, but that's not always true. Studying alone helps you focus, but studying with others helps you grow in new ways. You learn patience, you learn flexibility, you learn new perspectives. Synergy also happens inside your own learning process. When you mix different activities such as listening, reading, writing, and speaking, they start to support each other. For example, you read a story, then talk about it aloud, then write a short summary, and finally listen to someone else talk about the same topic. When you connect these skills, your brain learns faster. It's like different instruments playing together in one song. Each skill adds its own sound, and together they make beautiful music. All right, now we move on to habit 7. Sharpen the saw. The seventh and final habit is sharpen the saw. This phrase might sound strange at first, but it carries a very deep meaning. Let's imagine a picture. There is a man cutting a big tree with a saw. He works for hours. He gets tired, but he doesn't stop. His friend passes by and says, "Why don't you stop and sharpen your saw? It will cut faster." The man replies, "I don't have time to sharpen it. I'm too busy cutting." But here's the truth. If he stopped for 10 minutes to sharpen the saw, he would finish the job faster and with less pain. The same thing happens to us when we learn English or when we do anything in life. Sometimes we work and study and push ourselves when we forget to rest, to recharge, and to take care of our energy. Then we become tired, we become bored, and unmotivated. To sharpen the saw means to take care of yourself, your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit. This will help you continue growing. It means balancing hard work with renewal. Renewal means becoming fresh again. Now, let's understand this with English learning examples. Many students study for hours every day. They do exercises, they memorize words, they listen to lessons. But after some time, they feel heavy and slow. They lose excitement. They start saying, "I'm not improving." Often it's not because they are lazy, it's because they are tired. Their saw is dull. Their brain needs rest and renewal. So sharpening the saw means doing things that make you feel alive again, things that bring your energy back. You can sharpen your saw in 4 ways: your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit. Let's talk about each one slowly. Your body is your engine. If your body feels weak, it's hard to learn. Take care of it. Sleep enough. Eat good food. Drink water. Stretch your body. Move. Walk. When you feel sleepy or tired, don't force yourself to keep studying. Close your eyes for a few minutes. Take a deep breath. A clear body helps you have a clear mind. So don't feel guilty for taking a short break. That is sharpening your saw, sharpening your body. Now, your mind is where learning happens. To sharpen your mind means to keep it active, curious, and growing. Read something interesting in English, maybe a short story, a blog, or even subtitles from your favorite show. Now we move on to your heart. Your heart represents your emotions and relationships. You can't learn well if your heart feels heavy or lonely. Sharpening the heart means connecting with people who make you feel good. Talk with other learners, share your dreams. Your emotional health is part of your learning power. A calm heart learns faster than a worried one. All right, now let's see how all of these work together. Imagine your life as a tree. If you don't water it, it dries. If you cut its branches too often, it weakens. But if you care for it, if you give it water, sunlight, and rest, it grows strong and beautiful. You are that tree. Your saw is your energy, your habits, your tools. When you take care of them, you grow taller and reach higher. Sharpening the saw also means reviewing what you have already learned. Many students forget to do this. They always look for new things. But reviewing old lessons makes your knowledge stronger. So rest, review, and refresh. All right, my friends, let's take a moment to remember what we learned together. And if you can, say each one quietly in your mind as you listen. Habit 1, be proactive. You choose your actions. You don't wait for perfect time or perfect conditions. You move forward now, one small step at a time. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. You know where you want to go, you see your goal clearly. You imagine yourself speaking, writing, or understanding English with ease. You plan your path with that picture in your heart. Habit number 3. Put first things first. You do what really matters before everything else. You study before scrolling. You focus on what builds your future, not what only wastes your time. Habit number 4, think win-win. You don't compete, you cooperate, you share, you help, you grow with others. Habit number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. You listen carefully before you speak. You try to understand others, their feelings, their meaning, their story. When you do that, your own words become kinder. Habit number 6, synergize. You work together. You mix ideas, skills, and strengths. You create something bigger than what you could do alone. Habit number 7, you take care of yourself, your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit. These 7 habits are not just for business or success, they are for life. They help you become balanced, peaceful, and strong, not only as an English learner, but as a person. So remember this, learning English is not a race, it's a journey. And these habits are your tools for that journey. They help you stay calm when progress feels slow. They help you keep going when you feel tired. They help you grow not only in English, but in your mind and soul too. Okay, my friends, thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope these ideas help you not only speak English better, but also think and feel better. I'm Alex, and this is English Power Podcast. Stay kind to yourself and keep your mind open. Bye for now.